How is everybody doing? This is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are about to dive into a hard rant stream that I have been... I'm going off. I'm fucking going off. I'm going off in so many different levels, so many different ways. I think the one that I want to start off with is probably the Yotei one, and then I'll do the Xbox one, and then I'll go off with the Bioware one at the very end. I have a lot to talk about. Participation trophies. Nigga, just be glad you're here. I'm just kidding. Look. No participation trophies. Let's just give it to Venom, because Venom always shows up. Venom always shows up. What happened to that one lady that was on my channel all the time? She's gone. She got tired of my ass. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know what's going on. I hope she's doing well. Dang, it's been a minute though. I haven't heard from her in a hot minute. Yeah, there's a lot that we have to talk about. One being Ghost of Yotei and the changes that they've made with the game. We are not going to focus on all the other bullshit that they did add. We are going to focus on the game and the story. Then we're going to move on to the Game Pass, and then we're going to move on to BioWare's nonsense. But yes, it's good to see you all. Good to have you. I think we should start. I think we should start with this Yotei thing. So, let's see. Okay. Okay. How y'all doing? Is everybody good? We doing alright? You got Venom, Snails, Saggins. Saggins, how you doing, man? It's good to see all of you. Bring that down by just a tad. It's good to have you. Good to have you. Let's go ahead and start. Let's do this, bad boy. Sorry for immediately going on a rant, but God, I hate greedy corpse. I do too. I'm in agreement. I am in agreement. Let's go ahead and do this. It's like, damn, I know you want money, but Jesus. Too blessed to be stressed, you beautiful bastard. I like your charisma. Hope all is well with you. You as well, man. You too, Snail, Venom. How y'all doing? Alright, let's go ahead and do this. I have a lot to say. How y'all doing? This is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We have another hard rant to you pertaining to Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Yotei is a game that none of us asked for, but this is what we got. We wanted Ghost of Tsushima 2, but times have changed. This thing has been 5 years in the making. So buckle up. I got a few things that we're going to talk about. First off, before we start talking about Ghost of Yotei has finally arrived, basically. It's released. So people have been playing it, and a lot of people feel very mid about the game, especially with the story and also the combat. So those are the two things that I want to focus on. We're not going to focus on with the dumb bitch that tries to pretend that she's a terrorist. We're not focused on the main voice actor. She could fuck off with that shit. We're not going to talk about how the developers advocate for, you know, people that want to kill somebody based on their own different opinions. We're not going to talk about that, even though they did. Wait, was it Yotei? No, it was Yotei. They did fire somebody related to Yotei, but still, they still got an infestation in the Sucker Punch dev team. What I witnessed, I just want to talk about the story and the gameplay and see what kind of shit that they got in this game. Now, let's first off start off with what I've seen when it comes to the story. I will tell you right now, the way the characters speak in Ghost of Yotei, they sound like they don't want to be there. Does that make sense? They're not bad. It just sounds like with the Ghost of Yotei characters in the game, they sound like they don't want to be there. They're just throw their lines in there. There's some people that do a mid job and then some people that do a bad job, but most of it is just like you just don't care what's going on with the main character and you really don't care too much about the side character. What I have noticed is that they want to there's a lot of small talks between characters here and there more than Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, there's less talking between characters, but when they speak in Ghost of Tsushima, it's elevated. It feels eloquent. It feels lived in. With Ghost of Yotei, there's a lot of talking where it's just what's a good example? It's like filler, like with an anime. You watch anime and you're like, great. And then you're like, I can't wait until the next episode tomorrow. And then when you arrive home and you see the extra episode, it's a filler. And you're like, oh God, I don't care about this. I don't care about that. Let's start off with the fact that the beginning of Ghost of Yotei has showed me that there's no elevation of urgency with the main character. All it is just bandits, a handful of bandits. We're not talking about, oh shit, they're everywhere. It's chaos. It's crazy. No, it's just her family dies, revenge. She fights a couple of bandits in front of a building, and then it does a whole like back then when, you know, it goes back into time when you were with you loved your family and shit. That was the thing where I was just like, okay, all right, fine. They did the same thing with Ghost of Tsushima where, you would go back in time and think about certain things. All in all, I kind of don't like that, but it gives me a sort of a context of the story. I kind of don't like going back and forth between. It's like watching Arrow on the CW. You're so concentrated on what's going on right now, and then out of nowhere they throw you in like, oh shit, the Green Arrow is stuck in a cave and he's got boo-boos, and I'm like, go back to the part where he was whipping people's ass in a warehouse. Go back to that. Why are we going back to him? Like, it's like that. So in Ghost of Tsushima, this is the beginning opening of Ghost of Tsushima. The Ghost of Tsushima was, oh, by the way, in Ghost of Yotei, there's a moment where the main character Atsu gets stabbed in the shoulder, and then she's like, she's a child, by the way. This is the moment when she gets stabbed on the shoulder as a child. And she gets stabbed right here as a child. She has barely any experience with swordplay. She doesn't go out to war. She's fucking like 11 or 12. And she gets stabbed. This is her first actual wound. And she goes, and she gets stabbed through her shoulder, attached to the tree. And she's like, and I'm like, I don't know about you guys, but usually when you're a child and this is a wake-up call to say like, wake up, kid, you're in the real world. This shit's crazy. This is your first big wound. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Kids, if they get stabbed by a sword and somehow live, by the way, they're gonna be like, that's them. I'm sorry. They're gonna be sniveling around. There's so much like, just let Atsu be a girl. Just let Atsu be a little kid. And I'm just like, hello? She's still a little kid. And the game's just like, anyway, that's one moment. I still fucking hated it. It smells of woke, but mostly whatever. To be honest, all of it smells like woke because it's supposed to be implemented into like the real world. This is a real it's I know that you have like a crazy move in Ghost of Tsushima where you can speed through characters and it's like a super move, Heavenly Sword or something like that, but most of all it's pretty much realistic. After that ability, everything else is realistic. You kill people with 2 or 3 hits and then that's that. It's pretty much realistic. However, when it comes to you fighting all these big burly men, the game's just, there are moments when you clinch with like big dudes bigger than you and I'm like, hello, she is a female. It is what it is. Implement it into the game where the game recognizes, oh shit, she's a girl, but she has an advantage to do this. You know what I mean? You don't have to make her like just like out of nowhere just like, oh shit, she's a girl, so she can't do anything. No, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is just be like, okay, well, she's a girl, she's weaker than the men, but we will add a system to where she's smarter than the average bear. She has certain tactics to walk around the enemy. Stuff like that. But the game doesn't do that. What the game does is take out Jin Sakai's soul, leave the body of Jin Sakai, bring in the soul of Atsu in Jin Sakai, boom, he's got titties. That's Atsu. That's basically it. That's basically, sorry, I'm turning on the fan. That's basically it. So, let's talk about Ghost of Tsushima, the opening. It starts off with a whole bunch of your men, a whole group of very passionate men, like fully decked out samurai with flags everywhere, ready to take on the Mongols that are coming through the sea. And you go in with your uncle, and you're like, this is it. You ready? And then you charge in, almost dying, and you take on people on the Mongols on the beach. Explosions, fireworks, blood, like brimstone. It's fucking going insane. But obviously you lose, and they take your uncle. And I'm like, shit, that was fucking cool. And then it goes to the part where it teaches you how to play the game. That's how you do it. That it gives you the motivation to be like, oh shit, I need to save this island. I need to save Tsushima. With Yotei, it's just like, ah man, this group killed my dad and my mom and my brother. Oh no, I'm all alone. And I'm like, it's such a low energy amount of urgency that the when you start the game in Ghost of Yotei, first of all, let's go into the gameplay portion, because I want to talk about the gameplay portion of what I've seen. The gameplay portion, they want to give you so many fucking mini games in this game. It's fucking ridiculous. All of it is just waste your time simulator. They do a mini game for like music or shamisen. They do mini games for smithing. They do mini games for mini games. They do mini games every fucking where. They did a mini game on the map. And I'm like, you got a mini game on the map? Are you insane, sir? There were mini games on mini games. And I'm just like, stop. Just please stop. With them, you got me in here fighting 5 or 6 dudes, and then you take me back into time when she's a little girl, and then you're like, mini game. This is how you fight. And I'm like, bro, no, you do not force feed your audience with mini games at the beginning of the game. You want to know why? You want to know why you don't want to force feed your the gamers that play your game with mini games? Like, force them. Like, I'm talking about at the beginning, they do force mini games all over you at the beginning of the game. You want to be easy on that. You could do it, but you got to be easy on that shit, is what I'm saying. Because when they see the trailer, A Ghost of Yotei, they are seeing blood, weapons, and horseback riding and slicing and dicing. That's not what they set up for. They saw the front of the box and they said, ugly bitch fighting ugly samurai. That's what they said. They said, yeah, I want to play this, not fucking play mini game simulator. So let's talk about the gameplay real quick. The gameplay has pretty much not changed, although they did add, they pretty much just added new weapons. That's pretty much it. Now, here's the annoying part that we're about to get with Kitsu, because let's all agree Ghost of Tsushima gameplay in the first one was great. Awesome. This one is trying to add more, but it's actually, it's trying to add more gameplay, but it's being kind of, I don't know, kind of annoying at the beginning. Because I know in the past Ghost of Tsushima, there were moments where they were just like, oh man, well, in order for you to fight or this guy with the shield, you need to use this. Or in order for you to fight this guy, you need to use this. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool, I can do that. But, by the way, in Ghost of Tsushima, you only have a katana. Mostly. Everything else is just tools and knives and little grenades and you can get a flaming sword later. Basically, that's it. You have a katana. In Ghost of Yotei, you have dual blades. Oh yeah, you get arrows in the previous game. You also get arrows in this one, but they got a sai. They have so many different weapons with Ghost of Yotei. I can't even count them all. But here's the thing. In order for you to take care of certain different enemies, you have to switch your weapon to take care of different enemies. You know how fucking annoying that is? With Ghost of Tsushima, you just had to change your stance up. You had to change that shit up. You had to deal with a guy with a fucking shield? Well, you have to use a certain stance to move his shield out of the way and then cut him down with that fucking katana. We're not changing weapons here. With Ghost of fucking... Move that out of the way. With Ghost of fucking Yotei, you have to change weapons. And that takes a little bit longer, which is fucking weird, by the way. So, this is Kitsu, who is a VTuber, and she has played 4 hours of this, and I will show you what she said. Here we go. Played like 4 hours of Ghost of Yotei today. The game is aggressively mid. Story is alright. Nothing outstanding so far. Average revenge plot. What did I say? The combat wants to be a duel, where you are able to strike, block, and parry, and can learn even more things throughout the game. You get dual katanas very early on, with an option to swap between one blade and two blades. But the game forces you to which weapon to use against which enemy weapon. Solo blade against katana wielders, dual blades against spear wielders. By the way, I'm gonna be honest with you. Dual blading against a spear is such a stupid move. It can be done, yes, but I strongly believe that if you want to take on an enemy that has a spear, you could use a single katana, because your focus is when will they strike. Once they strike, you have two hands on the katana and you can move the spear away. That's right. I've been, listen, I'm all about warfare, okay? I love me some warfare. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, when you have one blade, you have two hands. That means you have a dominant hold on that weapon. And you can move the spear out of the way depending on your timing and placement. However, when you have two blades, now you have less strength on both of your arms. It's pretty much light attacks all over. You see what I'm saying? So when they spear you and they have both hands on that spear, you have to make sure to move it out the way, and you can do it, but it's more preferable it's a better chance to do with one blade. So when they tell you, I thought it was kind of weird that that's actually a thing in the game. Anyway, moving on. The game has way too many gimmicks and mini games. What did I say? That seemingly are only there to show you what your PlayStation 5 controller can do, and to artificially inflate the time you spend in the game. What did I fucking say, bro? They got you. Oh, do you want to play a musical instrument in Ghost of Yotei? Why don't you rub that little bar touchpad thing right there like this? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ladies, you know what I mean? Instead of feeling immersed, it's unnecessary and a literal waste of time. By the way, before I continue, there is a major turnoff that they've changed with the ghost genre. In Ghost of Tsushima, you walk around and your character is silent. Your character is mostly silent. A lot, actually, until he actually sees another person and interacts with that person. In Ghost of Yotei, this bitch talks about everything. She won't shut the fuck up. She's like, oh, a chest. Oh, I wonder what's around there. Oh, how do I get over there? Oh, man, I need to follow that fox. I need to follow the fox. I need to follow the fox. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, for example, when camping in the open world, you have to start up your own fire by For example, when camping in the open world, you have to start up your own fire by swiping up many times and hitting R2 over and over again. This is the thing that Red Dead Redemption 2 did not want to do. Red Dead Redemption 2, the developers were thinking about doing this whole setting up the camp thing for Red Dead Redemption 2. I remember an article about that, but they said, nah, that's too much fluff. So they just said, hold a button to start up a camp. That's what they were talking about with the old devs from Red Dead Redemption 2. They were like, oh, okay, for camping, we could probably do this. And they're like, nah, that's too much busy work. And I was like, oh, thank God. This game, it's just like, oh, shit, make sure you rub the touchpad and shit to clink the rocks together to start up a spark. You have to cook your food by using the gyroscope of the controller and physically move it down. So every time when you use the camp, you have to do this shit. This is fucking hilarious. Sure, cute gimmick, but no actual purpose was served, and having to do this every single time is just a waste of time. $80 for this is a waste. Do not spend your money on this. Don't even buy it on sale. Just replay the original. Okay, this is her playing it. Let's show it off a little bit.
What? Dual katana effective against pole. Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh my, are you for...
By the way, in Ghost of Tsushima, they didn't tell you anything when you were hitting an enemy with a weapon that's probably not necessary. Also, you could still kill the enemy with a different stance. You just have to wait for the right moment. In this game, it likes to stop you and strangle you and be like, get the fuck. You have the wrong fucking weapon. How the fuck are you gonna take care of that spear, bitch? How the fuck are you gonna take care of that spear? Change your weapon. God damn. Hold R2, bitch, and press X to switch to the dual katana. No. Ghost of Tsushima just put it on the side or on the top, and then they said, hey, while the game is still running, while you're still in combat, they just say it on the top while combat is still going and says, hey, this is a good idea if you want to try it. In this moment, they're just like, they strangle you and say, get the fuck. Now, mind you, I think this is just the one moment where I think this is a one-time moment. I don't think this is gonna happen throughout the whole game, but let's continue.
That is actually so lame. That is so fucking lame. Like, let me choose what kind of weapon I want to play with.
And then you got this one motherfucker in the distance that's just like, use your single katana when fighting swordsmen. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
I didn't know this, but you are literally beating the shit out of this guy with dual blades, with dual katanas. And the game stops you and says, katana. Katana is effective against swords. You see what I mean? He is so close to death. He is dying right now. And the game says, stop. Sir, daddy, chill. You could use one katana now. I'm over here like, bitch, he's dying. It's working. Why the fuck do I gotta listen to you now? He's dying. It's working. So I think this is just a training tutorial moment. It's kind of annoying. You got a guy shouting at you. The game stops you from doing certain shit. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, okay. What? I'm falling off the mountain, man.
By the way, it is possible to fight a person who has a single sword and you have two dual katanas. It is possible. I don't know why the devs thought it would be a funny idea. A funny idea to say, hey, he's got a single sword. Now you should go back to single sword just like him. And I'm like, why? Now's the advantage time. You want to talk about advantages? A spear and a dual katana against a person with a single katana? It's palpable. It makes sense. Can he deflect your stuff? Yeah. But I'm going to tell you right now, if she has a spear or two dual blades, she could take the guy out. I mean, as a woman, I don't know how she's doing that anyway, but that's a different story. So I just wanted to lay this groundwork for you right here about Ghost of Yotei and what I've seen. I've watched the whole story of Ghost of Yotei. None of the characters I care about. I don't care about any of the characters. I think there was a moment where somebody died, and then I felt nothing. I felt nothing. I didn't feel anything. You remember that one guy, Taka? Or Take? In Ghost of Tsushima? And that fucking Mongol dude killed him right in front of you? I was like, fuck it. The fuck this bitch. Fuck him. Meanwhile, there's a character death in this game, and I'm just like, I don't know that guy. I don't feel anything. Maybe it's because I'm not playing the game. Maybe. But the way they did it was just so... yeah, so we killed the last man out of the two women. Yeah, we didn't kill the woman. We didn't kill this woman. We killed the one guy. I'm over here thinking like, I'm watching the end of Ghost of Yotei, and I'm like, holy shit. A man is about to live in Ghost of Yotei. A side character that is a man is about to live from this woke ass fucking sucker punch team. A man is about to live through Ghost of Yotei. And then at the very split second, before, almost before the credits roll, that's I would say maybe 7 minutes. They're just like, we're gonna kill this guy. And I'm like, what the fuck? He was fine. He was fine. There was no, this is not some like, oh shit, a boss fought him. Oh shit. If anything, it felt like he shit his pants and then just died. If anything, I feel like he died of like natural causes, of like, I don't know, like fucking like, you know how we have medicine for a lot of stuff right now, like the common, like he died of the common cold and shit. He's just like, and I'm like, you were fine. And I'm just like, whatever. And then the game ended, and then the game was like, do you feel sad about these characters? It's like, no, I don't. I don't care. I do not care. And let me tell you something. Ghost of Tsushima literally gives you a hint at the end of Ghost of Tsushima that there's more to be done. In Ghost of Yotei, they're just like, yeah, there's more bandits out there. Yeah, more bandits. Yeah, we gotta deal with that. In the previous one, in Ghost of Tsushima, they were just like, bro, you took down one of the big bad Mongols? Well, guess what? More ships are coming down the river. I'm like, oh shit, we got more work to do. God damn, we haven't done a goddamn thing. And then more ships appear. And in Ghost of Yotei, it's just like, walk off. Just a walk. And then just fade to white. And I'm like, okay, all right. Anyway, I just noticed a very steep decline in storytelling in this game, and it just seems lazy. By the way, I want to say something. There is moments in Ghost of Tsushima where you just talk to side characters. You talk to side characters about this much. You have little conversations about this much. Side characters. This is Ghost of Tsushima. You have this much conversation with side characters about this much. You have this much of conversation with very important side characters or main characters in Ghost of Tsushima. So side characters, main characters. And the main character moments in Ghost of Tsushima, they fucking go hard. There are side characters where I'm just like, you got a whole story like this? God damn! Holy shit! In Ghost of Yotei, just like those side characters I showed you in Tsushima about this much, in Yotei, it's this fucking much. There are so many moments where the camera just shows you just, hey, yes, can you kill these bandits? Okay. Now, obviously, it's not like that, but it's very dry. It's like, have you eaten chicken so dry that you felt like you were about to shit powder like 30 minutes later? It's kind of like that. In Ghost of Tsushima, those little small talking points where you're talking to somebody, it kind of sounds meaningful. And, you know, you're talking to certain, you know, characters and stuff like that. You're trying to save, you know, innocent people. It feels good. Of course you get that in Yotei, but you get too many dry side mission characters to talk to that's just like, yo, just shut up, I don't care, whatever. There's going to be a lot of moments where you just skip the dialogue if you play this game. And there's a good portion of, like, main character moments that actually feel kind of okay in Ghost of Yotei, but most of all, I don't feel motivated with these characters. In Ghost of Tsushima, the characters that I was like, ooh, I wonder what he's gonna say, was the main character, the one female character that he always walks around with, Take, even the Mongol who is an antagonist, and the uncle, especially the uncle to Jin Sakai. In Ghost of Yotei, I'm just like, if there's any sort of relationship with Atsu, the main character, I feel like she's about to dig down her own horse. or at least the dog, the wolf. And like she talks to other people, yes, but she's over here like when it comes to animals, it's like this woman just fucking salivates. She's just like, oh yes, my horse. Oh yes, oh my horse. When Jin Sakai got his horse, he was like, gotcha, buddy, and he just rode off. There was a moment where you were glad that you saw your horse and that your horse saved you. That was great. That's awesome. You almost died in Ghost of Tsushima. But in Atsu's case, Atsu's just like, I only care about animals. And I'm like, we know, bitch. We know. We know you only care about animals, okay? I got it, alright? You got some ninja squirrels out here or something that you're feeding nuts to? But anyway, that's all I just wanted to say. That's what I saw with Ghost of Yotei. That's my rant. I'm done. You bring dried chicken to my cookout, you get 10 seconds to leave the property. Have you ever ate chicken so dry you shit powder? That's what I'm just saying. But there's too many. I firmly believe that the developers that were originally with Sucker Punch have gotten fired, and they were the veterans, and now they're replaced with people that barely know how to work. So there's a lot of dialogue that's mid and just dry, where it's just like, you, hey, you, hey, yeah. And I'm not talking about the main mission stuff. That shit's dry too, but not as much. However, when you're having small conversations between the main missions, that's the stuff I like to watch out for. So I looked at that with Tsushima, and there's not much conversation between Jin and smaller characters. What you remember? Ooh, I'm done. I got a lot to talk about with Yotei, but I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for joining my hard rant. My whole brain is just like, wait a minute, this bullshit. I strongly believe they just kicked out the old devs, and now the new devs are just like, how about we just have them walk up to each other? And then they do the horrible mouth sync. Yeah, I love horrible mouth syncing. Yeah, what are they gonna talk about? I don't know. Just make up some shit. That's what I feel like happened. Anyway, I'm gonna end at that. Thank you so much for joining me on this hard rant. Peace. Fucking A. Fucking A. Fucking... Giant raccoon. I mean, not raccoon, but unicorn. We're gonna leave the giant unicorn. The giant raccoon, unicorn stays. Why am I trying to say raccoon? It's like the ADR voiceovers from Samurai Cop. Hey, wait a minute. It's kind of like what's her name? The one Asian bitch from fucking Veilguard, with her talking like, it's like, there are moments where the characters will be like, were the doors locked to keep something in, or or to keep something out? And I'm just like, oh my god, it just felt like that. It felt like that dry shit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. That's all I wanted to say. Good lord. Good lord. Alright, let's go with the next one. Giant unicorn has disappeared. He's gone. He's gone. Goodbye, giant unicorn. You have perhaps given me the best quote I've ever heard in my life. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's do the next one. Can I have you guys up here without the giant raccoon? Or unicorn? Why am I saying that? What? Is he gonna come out of nowhere? Fuck it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Is he gonna come back? Yeah, sure. We'll leave it there. KCD2 today? Not today. We're gonna have some KCD2 tomorrow. But thank you for coming on by. There's just so much to talk about today. Appreciate you being here. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We have another hard rant for you today. This one into Microsoft upping the price on Game Pass. You knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Everybody knew this was going to happen. So many people kept on saying that it was such a steal. It was such a good idea that to spend such a low amount of money, like $15, to just play a whole bunch of games that you don't have to buy. Well, the market price for Game Pass has went up by 50%, and now it's $30 a month. Nobody is happy about this because, well, let me tell you why here in a second, but let's read this right now. Microsoft announced updates to the X Game Pass on October 1st, 2025, introducing 3 tiers. Essential at $10 a month with 50 plus games. I don't know why they said 50 plus games. Don't ever say that. Don't ever come up to somebody and say 50 plus games, because everybody knows about Steam's and they know that there's hundreds, millions, I'd say like thousands of games on Steam. Do not come up to somebody with some 50 plus, okay? In online multiplayer. By the way, with this Game Pass, and I never liked it anyway, because when I got a PC, I wanted to get away from the whole idea of doing the whole Game Pass or doing the whole PlayStation shit. I wanted to get on PC to play PC games and now have to pay to do multiplayer. You see what I'm saying? I think that shit was bullshit from the get-go. That you had to pay an additional amount. I'm already paying to use my internet, and then you add another payment subscription so I can play multiplayer with my friends. Nah, get the fuck out of here with that shit. So anyway, let's move on out here. Premium at $14.99. That's the one that we know. That's 200 plus game titles and select day one releases. They say select day one releases because they're not talking about the big ones that you care about. I mean, Outer Worlds, I don't know if you care about that one so much, but it's not going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which I don't give a fuck about. See, this is what they're doing to you right now. It used to be $15, but now all those day one game passes, are all going to be to the $30 Ultimate Edition. And then they say, like, including 400 plus games, 75 plus day one launches. I don't know why they said 75 plus day one launches. I don't know why they said that. Why would you say that? Why didn't you just say, I'm paying the most, the highest tier, it should be all, not a number. Don't give a motherfucker a number if I'm paying the highest tier. You see what I'm saying? It also gives you EA Play. I'm so glad I'm away from fucking Game Pass. Ubisoft Plus Classics and Fortnite Crew starting November 18th. Nobody cares about the Fortnite Crew, okay? On fucking Game Pass. Nobody cares. The changes apply immediately to the new subscribers from the September 12th to existing ones. By the way, I had on my phone that Xbox gave me a little email that said Xbox Game Pass has been revamped. What part of this is revamped? I will talk more on this later at the end of it. I have a lot to say about this. Subscriber reactions include widespread cancellations and overloaded the cancellation website. Ooh, we overloaded the cancellation website. Bye-bye. You see the bullshit that they try to prove right here? This, by the way, for any for any sort of people that believe this is a tariff problem, especially you Access Media, it's just them. It's just corporate greed. Okay? Stop pulling off this bullshit. It's like, it's Trump with the tariffs. No, it's not. They're not going to do it now. They did it with the whole fucking Outer Worlds thing that they reduced the price on to $70, which is still fucking expensive. They're like, oh yeah, it's because of tariffs. No, it's not. Because they keep on changing the prices. Like, oh, we got a steal for you. It's not, Outer Worlds 2 is not going to be $80. It's going to be $70. And then you're just like, bitch, you just told us, nigga, put this shit on $50. Put this fucking game in $50 or $40. Get the fuck out of here. How you gonna tell me that Grounded 2, the only Obsidian game that fucking matters right now, is $40, but the fucking gay-ass fucking transsexual characters from Outer Worlds 2, no, you can't date them, thank God, is gonna be $70. Fuck out of here. Thank God we have options. They really, if this was a communist country, they'd be salivating right now. We would have to play this game. We would have to. Subscriber reactions, including widespread cancellations that overloaded the cancellation website, though some noted added value from bundled, that some is not enough. Added value from bundle service. It did not. They basically did this. It's like giving your cat the wet food and letting them eat it and then raising that cat food up. That's what they did. That's not value. That's just being a fucking asshole. That's just corporate greed. You're just like, oh, you're trying to give people games like the cat food, and then you just raise that shit, and now the cat is crying. Why, you know, bring down the food. That's what this shit is. There is something that a lot of people have canceled. Yeah, this is the subscription change. Yeah, it's been overloaded. There is. I feel sorry for Xbox fans, man. I don't give a fuck. They should have saw this coming. Xbox Game Pass just increased. Yep, everybody knows. Okay, so we're about to watch this little video from Xbox himself, Game Pass. Yeah.
Hey everyone, Xbox Game Pass is getting an upgrade. We've listened to your feedback.
It's not an upgrade. Why would you lie to me like that right off the get-go? By the way, props to Game Pass for not giving us an ugly bitch. I'm talking to you, PlayStation.
And now you have even more freedom to choose how you play the games you want.
That's not freedom. When you up the price and give people more restrictions, that's not freedom. That's not what freedom? What the fuck is freedom anymore? You know what I mean? What the fuck is freedom anymore?
Here's a look at what's new and what's changing. First off, you might have noticed some changes to the plan names. Xbox Game Pass Core is now Xbox Game Pass Essential.
It's not really that essential, is it? It's not really that essential if you're reducing the amount of games that are available on the PC.
Xbox Game Pass Standard is now Xbox Game Pass Premium. And
why didn't you just call it Standard? Whatever. Is it that it doesn't feel premium if you don't even get all the cool stuff that are from the Ultimate. Whatever. Moving on.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is still Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. We explored other names, but...
Too Pass, Too Furious. You guys, okay, got it. You're not funny, got it. Xbox Game Pass Legendary. If you called it Legendary, more people would leave. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you changed it from Common, Uncommon, Rare, and then Legendary, people would leave so fucking fast. They'd be like, yo, I'm trying to get away from these fucking, like, I'm trying to get away from these grays and blues and shit. I'm trying to get purple and orange. Y'all pissing me off. I'm trying to get away from games like that.
They didn't work out. Of course, a lot more is changing than just the names. We've expanded all Xbox Game Pass plans to give you more games and more ways to play.
You're not expanding games. You're actually getting rid of some games. Like I said, the cat food. You lay it down onto the ground where the cat could eat it, and then you just slowly move that bowl of cat food away from their mouth. That's what this is.
And more rewards than ever.
Nobody knows about these fucking rewards, okay? Listen, most normal people don't know anything about these rewards, okay? You are quickly turning into GameSpot. You want to turn into GameStop? You're about to give GameStop more stock by doing this shit. Because people are going to be like, I'd rather just go to GameStop. Because as soon as people hear rewards, they're just like, fucking reward system. You know what reward system? Every time when I hear a reward system, I hear I need to spend $50 so I can get a free fucking like big gulp. You know what I mean? From fucking 7-Eleven. And then you get the big gulp, and then the cups are actually smaller than they were like years ago. Back then. You remember back then in 7-Eleven when they had the big fucking cups? You remember back in the day with McDonald's when the big fucking cups? Then they reduced the cup and they still call it large? Forget about it. Let's move on.
Let's look at the upgrades to the plans one by one. First up, Essential, formerly known as Core. This plan is expanding to give you more ways to play.
You always say more games to play, but you're not giving people more. You're about to give me a fucking number, and that's good. That literally indicates to me that that you put a cap on the amount of games that I can play,
including PC and cloud gaming. Previously, Core was primarily for console, but Essential now lets you play games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. That means you have the freedom to stream and play on any supported device. And with cloud,
and that's what they want you to do. They don't want you to leave. They do not want you to leave. Period. They want to. This is cloud gaming has for Xbox has nothing to do with the games. It has everything to do with I don't want you to fucking leave Xbox. That's what it is. That's it. There's no, oh shit, we could do something with cloud gaming. No. Cloud gaming to them is make sure this shit's available everywhere.
Cloud gaming, that includes a lot of devices. We're also expanding the game library so you get access to over 50 games. And
nigga, what the fuck? 50 games? Nigga, I could name 500 games right now. What the fuck? There are mostly a majority of men playing video games. And you got these motherfuckers out here saying, we got 50 games? Huh, cool. What do you got? Slime Rancher. Terraria. Fallout? Thank God. Fire out that New Vegas. Fire it up. We got some. We got Life is Strange. Shut the fuck up. Give me an actual game, please. There is predominantly men playing video games. Doom Eternal makes sense, but Doom games come and go so fucking fast. So fast. They know it. We all know it. And we do love Doom. We do. But they come and go so quickly. You play the single player and you're like, most players are just like, I'm done there. Some players will be like, I want to play it on the highest level of difficulty. But what I'm trying to say is, you have 50 games up there for people? What the fuck are the 50 games gonna be?
of course, you still get online multiplayer, so you can keep playing with your squad. Another upgrade is that Essential now includes in-game benefits for some of the biggest games, like League of Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and Overwatch 2. And
thought that game was fucking free.
With Essential, you can earn up to 25,000 rewards points a year just by playing the games you love. You can redeem your points for Xbox gift cards to get new games.
Look. A gift card for $1.25 fucking cents. You worked your ass off to get 1,500 fucking points, only to get $1.25 for an Xbox gift card. You fucking serious right now? Are you serious right now? This is your system? Oh, and I also noticed you put a cap on how many fucking points you can get on Xbox Game Pass. So what if you want to keep on accumulating points and then saving, and then you realize, oh shit, maybe this is just the correct amount to get this thing. I could be wrong, but I heard that there's a cap. Spend within 90 days of deposit. Works with Microsoft. Yep, so you got 90 days to use it. So once you put it up, you got 90 days. Otherwise, it's fucking gone.
Add-ons, and more. So if you've got your eye on some DLC, you can spend points to bring home the bundle. Next up, Premium, formerly known as Standard. While Standard was built with console players in mind, Premium was built with everyone in mind. So we're giving you more ways to play with this one too, with games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. You heard that right. PC and cloud are coming to Premium.
It's like the same thing. Whatever.
With Premium, you get access to over 200 games. And when a new game is published by
you basically have moved access of games fully away from gamers. You've moved it away. It's no longer, oh shit, Game Pass, look at all these games. Now when people go to Game Pass, now they'll realize, hey, I noticed that you downloaded this game. This game is no longer available for standard, premium. So I need to delete this game off your shit. But that's the game that I like. Hey. I will smack your mom. All right? What the fuck? This guy's smacking my mom. I will smack your mom. I'm deleting this game. It's going to Ultimate. And I'm like, I've had that game the whole fucking time. You see what I mean?
Xbox, it'll be added to the Premium library within 1 year of launch. Premium also now offers the same in-game benefits for some of the biggest games. So you can
some of the biggest games, not all of them. That guy's gay.
Instantly unlock characters, cosmetics, and more. Looking good.
Nobody plays Overwatch. Let's stop.
With Premium, you can play and earn up to 50,000 rewards points a year. Plus,
you can go up to these rewards. So you can only, there's a cap on each reward. So if I remember correctly, when it came to points with most gamers, they like to hold on to that shit. These bitches come up to you and say like, huh, it looks like you got 50k points. Yeah. I've been holding on. I want to be able to purchase a game fully without playing. Can't wait. You're done. What do you mean? The next game you buy, the next game you play for points, they won't count, nigga. What do you mean they won't count? That's right. It stops at 50k, nigga. What do you mean I can't get more points? You can't keep going? You serious? But what if I get Ultimate? Oh, that'd be a good idea. But there's a cap for that one too. And you're like, oh man. I hate the fucking idea of a cap. It's bullshit.
plus you get access to exclusive quests and you get
You motherfuckers got exclusive quests? What do you mean by that? You mean to tell me that you pulled off certain quests out of certain video games that you guys have and you put it on the Game Pass? That is disgusting.
get twice the points when you buy games and add-ons, so you'll have even more ways to earn rewards.
Every time when I hear the words earn rewards, I want to throw up. Moving on.
Finally, let's take a look at Ultimate. The best thing about Ultimate is that you can play new games on day one. That includes games like Call of Duty Black Ops.
So Call of Duty Black Ops wasn't available for the other two. That's fucking hilarious. So you have to pay $30 a pop to play Call of Duty Black Ops. That's fucking hilarious. So they're giving you an incentive to pay full price instead of doing the $30 a month shit. That's fucking disgusting.
7, The Outer Worlds 2, and High on Life 2.
Nobody cares about Outer Worlds 2. Don't know why that shit's on Ultimate.
But now, the best is getting even better. Ultimate subscribers will get access to over 75 day one games a year. We're all
Why don't you just give people that pay Ultimate, which is $30 a month, why don't you just say all the day one games that come now and the rest of the time through your Ultimate Game Pass, you get day one access? Why did you say 75? If you're paying the top tier and you say 75 games, and I'm like, what do you mean 75? I have the highest tier. Why are you putting a number on me? I got the highest tier subscription, right? Why you get... At this point, the person should be like, you can get all the rewards you want, and you can... fucking stupid rewards. You can get all the rewards that you want, and you can also get all the fucking day one games that you want. Why didn't you just say that? Because they don't want to.
also adding 2 new partner subscriptions. With Ultimate, you'll now have access to Ubisoft Plus Classics in addition to EA Play.
Now here's the funny thing. That shit was available for the premium shit. So now all of this shit is only available in the Ultimate. That's fucking great. It's fucking great. That shit was available in the $15 one, but not anymore.
And Fortnite Crew will be added in November.
Nobody gives a fuck.
In total, Ultimate gives you access to over 400 games playable on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. And when you stream games with cloud gaming, Ultimate gives you our best quality with the shortest wait times. To round out the package, you get the same in-game benefits you're used to. And with Ultimate, you can play and earn up to 100,000 rewards points a year. That's 4 times the points you get with Essential. So now you know what's new with X.
Okay. They got community noted. PC Game Pass was not mentioned despite them saying every tier is getting upgraded. It will see a 40% price increase, with nothing new being added from $11.99 to $19.49 monthly. Game Pass can also no longer be acquired with reward points and an unmentioned change. That fucking... Yes. Rate this? Helpful? Was this note helpful? Fuck yes it was. All of it. All of it. Fucking all of it. Unbelievable. They fucking got community noted on their own bullshit fucking tweet. Unbefucking-leavable. Now, here's what we need to talk about, chat. Here's what we need to talk about. How do I say this? When it came to Game Pass, this was the rule for Game Pass people. The rule was that Xbox, Microsoft basically, Xbox knew that you were poor. They knew. They knew you did not have the money to try out games that you have never tried before. So, $15 was good. As a matter of fact, Alexa, how many times have Game Pass changed their prices?
From BGR.com. Running the Xbox Game Pass service costs Microsoft billions, according to a...
Alexa, shut up. Let me look it up. Look at it. Or how many times? I knew it. Xbox Game Pass has changed their prices 3 times. It used to be $15, but it's $30. It used to be $10, but now it is $15. And back then, it used to be $9.99. In between those windows of price changes, the one that came closest to each other was the $15 mark and the $30 mark that we got right now. The market for the Game Pass was to be for poor people. Game Pass was the perfect thing for poor people. What they did was they got rid of the poor people element. They got rid of that very special key to Game Pass. Game Pass said, listen, you don't know what kind of games are out. You don't want to purchase a game that might suck and then you can't return it. This is your go-to card for like, well, I'm not spending all this money for all these games. Let me get Game Pass. You flipped that switch and now you have a whole bunch of cancellations on your hand. You've changed it. You flipped the switch. Which was the dumbest fucking marketing move I've ever fucking seen. This is why you bought Activision. This is why you bought all this shit, because you wanted to have, what's the word? You wanted to have the say what to do. Your biggest focus, you don't give a fuck about all the rest of the games. Your biggest component is you care about probably the mobile games that you got, and you also care about Black Ops 7 that's coming out. That's the one, that's the big one that you care about. That's why you put Black Ops 7 on the Ultimate Pass. So that way people can go, oh shit, well, you could do $30, or you could just pay full price on Xbox. You could do that if you want to, as long as you remain on Xbox. That's what they want. They are so focused on certain games, not all, certain games. They will buy IPs than actually come up with a fucking imagination. That's what they do. They acquire shit. They do not create anymore. That's what Xbox is, and that's what all it will ever be. They took, and now this is a further example that they do not care about the gamer. They do not. Whenever you see Phil Spencer, tell him to go fuck himself. Because this is what you got right now. It was just a matter of time, and I'm so glad that they did it, because it shows their hand. It shows their hand all the way. So now, you have 2 options. Do you want to go back to doing GameStop, or maybe perhaps going to Steam, or do you want to just spend $30 a month? That is a lot of money. Account that for every fucking like month in a year. Calculate that. That's a lot of fucking money. And just think to yourself, is it worth it? I think you already know the answer. Anyway, that is the hard rant today. We'll see you guys next time. Oh my god. Put the giant unicorn up. Where is he at? Oh, unicorn's gone. Unicorn's gone. Oh my god. I really wanted to talk about that one. That one, I really wanted to talk about. That one, oh my god, man. I can't fucking believe it. I can't fucking believe it with them. That's fucking crazy. That's what we gotta deal with now. Okay. I have to talk about... Oh, Bioware. Oh my god. And I can't believe Mark Doris said this. It's fucking crazy. It is fucking crazy. Let me see what's over here. Duolingo? Later. That's fine. Okay. By the way, this is Pillars of Eternity music, if you're wondering what it is. Might actually change it. I might change it. It's time to... Should we do... Oh, yeah. That's better. Okay. I gotta play that. Of course. Okay. Alright, you guys ready? I think I'm ready. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless you all. We are here for another hard rant, and this one pisses me the fuck off. Not because of the Saudi Arabia or EA thing. I don't give a fuck about that. I know that EA is long gone. Whatever happens after the Saudi Arabia like fucking acquisition, it can only go up from here. You know what I mean? Now, if we start hearing about prices going up, I'll have a conversation about that. But I wasn't going to purchase any more Bioware games anyway. I'll look at it, but I'm not going to purchase it. Now, a lot of devs, especially the woke ones in Bioware, are really upset about the changes with the acquisition with EA. Which is funny, because it seems like, to me, that the developers are more concerned with the fact that their woke elements to their Bioware games are going to be taken away from them, but they're not concerned about the part where all their fans are leaving in droves because of the woke elements that are in the fucking game. Like, it's like, oh, people are leaving the game, they don't like Bioware anymore? Well, go fuck them. Fuck them. I don't care. Goodbye. Bye. Saudi Arabia has just obtained EA. You are more worried about EA, Mark Dara. You're more worried about EA than you're worried about your fucking fans. That's sad. That's fucking sad. Have you said here and there after Veilguard has come out that like, oh man, I'm sorry we didn't live up to anybody's expectations? I haven't heard that. I haven't heard anybody's like, sorry we couldn't live up to your expectations with Veilguard. I haven't heard that. When Veilguard was in the making, I saw the art book. The first half of the art book for Veilguard, or the Dreadwolf, were kind of interesting. And then somebody came to the art book at the second half and shit all over the fucking papers. All of the fucking papers. Let's read what he said. Let's read what you just said, Mark Dara. Mark Dara warns Saudi-led EA owners against removing Bioware progressive themes. Mark Dara, former executive producer, is he former? I don't know. He's kind of still, you know, sucking the tip of, you know, EA execs, so who knows. Former executive producer for Bioware Dragon Age series, stated in a September 30th, 2025 YouTube video that new Saudi-backed owners of Electronic Arts risk severe public backlash if they eliminate the studio's progressive messaging, such as LGBTQ+ representation in games. The warning follows EA's $55 billion acquisition announced on September 29th, 2025, by a consortium led by Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, amid concerns over content changes given Saudi laws on homosexuality. I'm going to be honest with you, and most people know this. Is Bioware, past Bioware, okay with progressive elements? Yeah, because they did it in subtlety. They did it within reason. They did it within reality. That was what happened. That was the key element, was their subtlety and realistic version of adding progressive themes. In Veilguard, they took that progressive element, held on to it, and any bit of realism, they threw it the fuck out. You want to know why I know Mark Dara? You, if you're watching this, Mark Dara, you want to know why I know this is all you care about is the progressive themes? Not only because I know you care more about what EA is going to change into more than you care about fans leaving, it's because you have purposely changed the lore completely with Dragon Age. Completely. What's this I hear about the maker not being like, the maker's not real and shit? What's all this bullshit that I'm hearing about, like with the Griffins? What's all this with each and every version? There was a moment in Veilguard where all of the characters just sat down and started peeling and ripping the lore straight from my hands. This is not a moment where it's like, oh, we got new information. No, this was the developers purposely changing something that they did not like. One of them being that there were supposed to be slaves, elven slaves, slaves in abundance in Minrathous. There were no slaves in Minrathous. They took that shit right out. They didn't want that shit. In the first part of the art book for Veilguard, Dreadwolf, they had slaves. They had pictures of slaves. The art was better in the first half of that art book. Second half, they went straight on to purple, blue, and pink. That's where they went. Now, I'm going to say something that is going to hurt somebody's feelings, and I honestly don't give a fuck. You have a better chance of bringing people over to your game if you have not only a fun game, but you have only straight, just no progressive themes at all. None. You will have less people join or enjoy your game if you have a good game, great game, whatever, and you have progressive themes. I'm sorry, but I'm being realistic with you. You will bring in more people if you have not only a good game, which is very important, but you have 0 to a little of progressive themes. Spider-Man 2 understood that. Avowed understood that. Outer Worlds 2 is about to understand that. A lot of these games, and I know these developers like to say like, oh man, well, you know, we have a good game here. Doesn't fucking matter. If your audience doesn't like it, that's just how it's gonna be. You got motherfuckers like two kids just made a video game. We had some Frenchmen who likes women's feet make a game, and they enjoy that more than Veilguard. That's called Expedition 33, mon ami. They enjoy that game more than Veilguard, and you know that. And there's no progressive elements with that game. So what's the deal here? This is the belly of the beast. This is what you brought on yourself. When your team started up with EA, when you first started off with Bioware, you made a decision, a conscious decision to be like, yeah, we need money to make more games. You are correct. You do need money to make games. But you decided to make a deal with the fucking devil. And that was EA. And now you have to sleep in that shit. And now when you're at the end of the rope, you realize that you care more about EA and your progressive themes than you care about the fans. That's really funny. That's really funny. A lot of people are just apathetic. Heels versus babyface. Trust me, they don't give a fuck about your backlash. They do not. And I find it kind of funny that Mark Darras thought like, oh man, they're gonna take away the best. Why did you even? Do you have a video of that right now, Mark Darras? Do you have a video of that? I want to check if that video is actually available. A lot of people are fucking laughing. Somebody said they won't censor Bioware. They'll just shut it down. That's sad. That's fucking sad. And he's probably right. So I'm unemployed. This is where your legacy is going to die. With a whimper. A lot of people have just left and said, huh, alright. Now people have Exodus to play instead of Mass Effect. This is your vision right here. Right here. This is the last thing that you're going to see of Bioware. Or Bioware is going to be completely changed along with the developers. There's two things are only going to happen, okay? Two things are going to happen. Because, believe it or not, Saudi Arabia wants to make money. Surprise, surprise. Surprise. They're going to shut you down. Or they're going to get rid of the progressive shit and try to keep things moving. That's the only two. It's like they don't want to lose money from you. See, you had EA's back. EA had your back. Oddly enough, EA had your back. Now they have to respond to sand ninjas. Now they got to respond to sand ninjas now. It's no longer, oh shit, I should talk to EA. No, you should talk to you need to go over there, put your septum piercing on, and go talk to them. Some people are saying hard to censor a game studio's message when that game studio ceases to exist anymore. It's all sad. Notice where the developer's concern really lies? Not with the quality of the game or the gaming experience, but on the progressive messaging. So, that's where we're at right now. Bioware dies with a whimper. You died with your progressivism. Your whole team just decided, with your lack of fucking leadership, your lack of fucking understanding of what a contract is between you couldn't realize either two things. One, we could do this alone without EA, or two, we can link up with EA, but we can make certain conditions. You didn't make deals. This is why you're in your situation and you're gonna sleep on it. Oh, that's right. You don't work at Bioware anymore, so why the fuck do you care? Why the fuck do you care? You don't even work at Bioware anymore. So I'll just say one thing. Put the fries in the bag, bro. Just put the fries in the bag. I used to work at Bioware. Yeah. Where's my puppy cup? All right, I got 2 Labradors in the back. Where are my puppy cups? Come on. I used to be an executive at Puppy Cups. I need 2 puppy cups and some French fries. Over here talking about like, former. Oh, I'm former. I work there, but I'm former. Fuck out of here. Enjoy your sand ninjas. That is it. That is it. We did it, boys. We did it. Unfucking-leavable with this bullshit. You want to see... Wait, did Mark Dara actually have a video? Let's...
$5 billion. We have more details released this morning, so let's talk about what seems to be happening and see if we can figure out the consequences this will have to the games that EA makes. I am not a
You don't work there. Why do you care?
financial analyst. I've talked about
We know. We know. We know. EA knows.
the fact that any attempt that I've ever made to predict what a stock is going to do has been wrong, even when I've tried to take my wrongness into account. So definitely do not make any investment decisions based upon anything I say today. The reality is that EA's been looking to change its corporate structure for a while. I'm pretty sure Plan A was the merger with NBC Universal, but this looks to be a Plan B. First of all, the players in this are obviously EA, but then three big financial players. There is Silver Lake, who does a lot of investment in tech companies, Affinity Partners, which is Jared Kushner's investment firm that does a lot of investment, often backed by...
It is so funny to see these progressive, liberal, leftist losers be owned by somebody related to the Trump family. That is so fucking hilarious. That is so fucking hilarious.
By Middle Eastern money, and finally Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, which is Saudi Arabia's attempt to diversify their economy by 2030 to move away from oil. The Saudi public investment fund already owns about 10% of EA, which will be rolled over into the resulting deal. At current valuations, that's about 5 billion of the 55 billion. Another 20 billion is going to be debt that's taken on. If you've heard the...
Oh yeah, by the way, EA is in debt. $20 billion in debt. So right now, they can't fuck around right now. Like, their biggest thing is probably sports, but they're looking at you. They're looking at, well, not him, because he's not, he's not employed there.
What that means is that debt is going to be taken on as part of the event, and then
I don't want to hear all this. Servicing debt and layoffs, don't care about that. Esports, sports washing, goals, EA Entertainment, Bioware. There we go. Fucking.
But for the studios that have more of a track record, especially a track record that maybe doesn't line up with your own political views, again, Bioware, you're going to look at that studio and wonder how you make them fit into your new structure. It's hard to imagine that you have Bioware pivot from having very progressive messaging to having the reverse, because it's what the government wants. It's hard to imagine that the public perception...
It's what we want. It's what we want. We've been saying it for a while now. It's what we want. You guys have literally been playing with gay people way too fucking much. You guys have been playing with gay people way too fucking much. It was just like, oh, she's bi. Okay, cool. All right. To like, oh, okay. She's trans, I guess. You guys keep playing with that game. And now that's what you're getting right now.
Perception of a game that comes out of Bioware, even if you do that, isn't apocalyptically bad. So in that case, you either have to decide that you're willing to just leave it alone, or you have to think that they don't fit anymore within the goals of this new organization. Now, I don't know how active this Saudi investment fund has been in pushing its politics into the groups that it invests in. Sometimes these investment funds are very active. Sometimes they are very hands-off. I'm not actually aware enough of the actions that they've taken.
They're going to be very hands-on, especially after they just spent $55 billion. They're going to be very active. Listen to me. They want the green button, they want the green arrow to go up. Now, they're going to be very particular with how you get this green arrow up. Here's the thing. They're going to realize, oh, these games are doing good. This one's doing good. This one's doing good. What's up with this Mass Effect 5 game? Yeah, it's not doing so well because the last 3 games utterly failed. What company is it? He's like, oh, it's the Bioware company. Get rid of them. That's it. That's it. They're gonna look at your track. See, this is why when you mess up once with a video game, perfect example, and I kind of see it with the game developers at fucking CD Projekt Red. CD Projekt Red is a perfect example. When they fucked up at 1.0, when Cyberpunk 2077 came out, a lot of people left and a lot of people tried to fix the game. And when that happened, a lot of them just said, never again. Never again. And I can understand that. I respect that. Where they just said, we can't do that again. We just can't. We cannot fuck up like that again. Now, question is whether or not the Witcher 4 game is going to be all right with Unreal Engine 5 in place. We'll see. But they knew. They know now. We can't fuck up like that. Because before before that, which Witcher 3, people have been going crazy over CD Projekt Red. Now people are like a little bit better after the whole Phantom Liberty thing. You guys fucked up on 3 games. You guys didn't learn out the first game, the second game, or the third game. You guys didn't have any meaningful conversation with EA that said, listen, we only do this. We need to concentrate on this. Let me go talk to my team and settle down with the progressive theme bullshit. If somebody doesn't like it, I will fire them on the spot and I will replace them with John Smith or something like that. Because if I was a leader in Bioware, as much as I love my team, if you fuck up my Bioware baby, I will fuck you up. I will fuck you up, bitch. It's like, I wanna have a trans person, I want a trans person. And I'm gonna just take my gun out and be like, no, I can't do that. You're fired. Did you just point a gun at me? Nah. Anyway, you're fired. You gotta leave. I'd be like that. I'd be like, yeah, she's causing a disturbance. She's making things weird. She's a writer, but not anymore. Is there any other writers that are trying to do some weird shit with my story and stuff like that? Is there anybody out there like that? Wouldn't it be cool if we had a canary? You're fired. Yep, pack your things. Thank you. Is that a butt plug? Yeah, you need to get out. Thank you. Appreciate that.
To know one way or the other, but it is going to be a factor going forward. In the past, I've talked about how EA doesn't sell IPs, and the reason for that is
Okay, he doesn't have much to say. He's doing a lot of gay jazz hands, so I'm done there. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, it can only get good from here for EA. That's it. It can only get good from here. A lot of people are just looking at EA just got bought by Saudi Arabia. Do you guys the fact that these people are ready to be like, haha, Charlie Kirk died, but as soon as they hear about Saudi Arabia only you know, being like bought by you know, bought EA, they're just like it's so somebody getting shot and killed because of their own political beliefs is fine, but getting bought out by Saudi Arabia is the crying point. That's the crying point. That's the crying point. Here's the funny point. They can't say shit. They can't say shit without being fucking racist. That's the funny shit. That's the real funny shit. They're not being bought by white people. They're just being bought by sand ninjas. Okay? They're being bought by sand ninjas. It's like, they can't go like, you beautiful people. They can't say shit. They can't say anything without sounding racist. Get owned by Africa, and they're just like owned by Africa, and they only like straight shit. They don't like any gay shit. If they get owned by Africa, they can't have any, because Africa's the same too. They don't like that shit either. The progressive people would be running away, and then the African like people would be like, "Why are you running? Why are you running?" Anyway, guys, that's it. That's all I got for you today. This has been pretty eventful. I had a lot to say. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more KCD2. I had to say something about this. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.